That's awkward. I forgot I mute my microphone. Beginning. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to farm one of the rarest achievements in the Elder Scrolls Online. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Jake, you're already the Emperor. What could possibly be more rare than that? And it is right here at the tippy top. It's right here at the tippy top. Master Fisherman. 0.06% of ESO players have this achievement. And today, we are going to join, probably not today specifically, but we're going to get much closer to join the brave men and women that have achieved this achievement. Because you get the ability to buy a cool boat that you can put in your house. And my goal, eventually, will be to get every achievement in Elder Scrolls Online. So, obviously, this is going to be on that list. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to have to do some of the hardest gameplay in the Elder Scrolls Online. It's going to require us to click the A button with, like a 5 to 10 second window. Thank you for the subscription, Matt. Now, this is going to be some high tier gameplay, so I understand, maybe there needs to be a trigger warning or something at the beginning of this. So I hope you could stay with me because this is going to be a big day for us. But let's just jump into it. So now I did a little grinding off stream, and I actually have, excuse me, the entire Daggerfall Covenant is done. So the Daggerfall Covenant is over. So now we are starting on the Dominion, and we've already got a pretty decent chunk into it. We did the starter island, and now we need to complete the lake. Oh, where's the Murkmire Prepper? That is a good question. Let's see if that's on here. Let me make sure I flip this over too. Actually, don't see that. See if I can find that real quick. Hello? There we go. Alright. Put these in like alphabetical order. One second. Murkmire Prepper. Is that an actual like a Xbox achievement, or is that an in-game achievement? See here, you thought I was lying, by the way. Emperor is only a 0.09, which means that there are literally more Emperors in ESO than there are actual Master Fishermen. So this is a huge achievement. Also apologize because I still have a little bit of a cough. So just bear with me. Yeah, I am not seeing the Murkmire Prepper. Might be called the Cyrodiil Collection Champion on Xbox. Do you see it on here? But I'm not seeing it. Am I crazy? Almost got the fungal grotto clear. It's a tough one. I'm not seeing it. Morning, Craig, and good evening, Rambo. I'm not seeing it. I do have that achievement though that you're referencing in the in-game because I did it to get one of the that stupid things, the furnishing that you get with it. All right, so we need to finish up lakes, which we're at a lake, but also this is the total side note. I did not know that if you use a two-person mount that your companion jumps on with you, so it's kind of neat. That's worth the price of admission. So the two lakes that we're kind of going back and forth between this one and this one, but I am not seeing. There's 3 in each. Oh, there's a chest here, and for some reason a chest just respawns every so often. like pretty much like clockwork next to this bridge. All right. Come on, Isabel, let's go. And hopefully we get the Outer Dominion done tonight. That's not what I need. I jumped off. I'm a fool. I don't need river anymore. I need freaking lake. Here we go. This is what I need. This apparently is a lake, which just really looks like a lazy river. Is there none here? Is there no spots in either of those? Because I feel like I've gotten pretty good at pointing out and seeing these freaking little devils. Because in all honesty, some of the hardest parts of this achievement is just seeing those little rapscallions. Alright, there's another lake. Is there a lake that's got like more? Oh, never mind. I got a map pulled up on my phone. We're about to go to the big boy Juicy Lake. Hang on, hold on a minute, everyone. This right here is apparently the lake that we need to be in. Because it's got everything we need. Just joined fishing achievement. Yes, the rarest achievement, if you will. This puts the emperors to shame. I mean, pretty much anyone can become an Elder Scrolls Emperor these days. All you have to do is just take, what, 6 keeps? That's child's play. Now, the real men are fishermen, or masturbators, if you will. Alright, there's like 6 potential fishing holes here that can be active. There's gotta be a few, right? There has to be some. There we go. All right, and we are looking for whatever that is. Iliad fish? Is it? Sure, Iliad fish. I mean, you know. This is the riveting gameplay. Now, if you guys need to, you know, take a deep breath, I promise it's not going to be too action intense the whole time. Oh, and Craig, my voice is mostly fine. Oh, there's somebody here with me. I'm starting Master Angler tomorrow, starting in Artaeum to get the correct recipe. That's what I have actually on right now. It helps a little bit, I think. I honestly just like it just because, at least it feels like I'm doing something to help myself. Like, well, I finally use all these ingredients, all these clam gals for something. Clam gals used to be one of the most valuable things to sell, fun fact, and then they just plummeted. You should duel them for the fish. In my mind, this is one of you guys who's stream sniping me to try to make this achievement slower. I would, if you guys all wanted to come fish, this is your chance. I'll have one big group of Xbox players, We'll probably all have to collectively search for holes together, which sounds very promiscuous, but, I hear that if you're in a group with people... Oh, we got it! Woo! Woo! Let's go! But, if anyone actually wants to fish with me on Xbox, you're more than welcome to. All you have to do is whisper me. My name is my own name, but it's not pluralized. It's just Jake Clip. Why? I don't know. I felt like I was pretty good as a singular. Alright, so we got Auridon done. Now, if you were to do the ESO in order, I believe you would go to Grahtwood next? Is that right? I think that's right. You go to Grahtwood next, because that's the capital. Anyone correct? If there are any professional elves in the chat, any professionals? I should go log on and whack Jake with my fishing pole. What? It does go faster in a group. See? You're all more than welcome to join me. I think I'm going to go to Grahtwood next. I'm going to have to pull up some stuff. You got some trophies on my daughter's birthday. Hopefully it was some good ones. All right, let's see. Where's all the stuff at in Grahtwood? All right. Whoa. All right, so I always feel like I like to start with the coastal ones because I feel like they're the shittiest ones. And it looks like, looking at the map here, we're going to attack the Haven area. That's where we're going. This feels like, now, the problem is that saltwater ones always seem to be the most spread out. This is what they don't tell you when you're going for these achievements. Lake and rivers, that's child's play. A baby could get the lake and the river fishing ones. That's granted. That's a given to you. Real men saltwater fish. That's where it becomes tricky. Because we've got, like, it's like one or two, like, just spread so far. So we're almost just going to run the coastline this whole time.
You've got the reins.
And unfortunately, too, the coastline is exceptionally hard to see. There's a quest down here I've not done. Let's pick that up. Future me will do that. Alright, so there could be one that's like right here. See, it's like if it was further out, right, that'd be super easy to see. But it's these ones that are like in like this little like almost like water that you could stand in. That's the water that I find like hard to see. Alright, so this one's not here. It would be like right in this general vicinity. Where are we at now? Alright, so there can be a couple. Oh, there it is. There we go. Now there is, I believe, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you for the subscription, Chashawn. There is another item that you can use to help you spot fishing holes, but I personally don't use that one. And it's the March 26th. I always forget that some people flip the day and the month. I'm like, there's no 26 months. Greg, what kind of calendar are you using over there? And I remembered that some people are not American. I think Europe is the one that flips it. I thought multiple people in the fishing hole increases your chances of a rare fish drop. Fishing with friends could benefit in progressing quickly. It is. So if anyone wants to join me, I'm currently in Grahtwood. Send me a whisper. You can come on down. We'll have a little fishing group. No pressure. No stream snipers, please. You're not allowed to steal the good fish from me. You're not allowed to sit in the water hole. This is the gameplay right here that really puts people off, because it's just so intense. I mean, you think to yourself, you reel it in too quickly, you lose a piece of bait. You reel it in too slow, you lose a piece of bait. Oh, well, that hole is gone, but we did get a devil's piece. Switching characters on my way. That's what I'm saying, Rambo. You have to really use the high tier characters. You can't just use whatever, you know? Oh, and look at this. We got another one. Next minute, 30 people show up. Well, you never know. Thankfully, I think instances are also capped, and most people are probably like, you know, in the what's it called? The main city of Elden Root, doing like the little trading and stuff. There's probably not that many people who are, you know, going to be able to fit down here because of the instances. We already have a Devil's Ray. Tragic. But we are actually halfway through the Elven Zone, mainly because the starter islands are also technically part of the zones that you have to do for the achievement. And thankfully, I at one point just did all of them. So we are 4 zones away from finishing the Elven Lands. And thankfully for Master Fisherman, it's just the base game. Maybe Craglorn? I actually can't remember if Craglorn is a part of it, or if I've actually done it already. I'm sure there's not that much water in Craglorn. That can't be too bad, right? There's no coast. Right, there's no coast in Craglorn. It's completely landlocked. It's like freaking, you know, the Mongolians having a navy. It's at least me going off of what I remember about different zones in ESO. Yeah, because every other zone, almost all of them have like a river, or not a river, but an ocean that attaches to it. It's a simple life, really. Almost feel like I should play some music. Ah, freaking another Devil's Ray? Do they not want me to get this achievement? We are one of the fish in that we need. This is ludicrous. Also, too, I don't think the developers have added that feature in where you can mass fillet all your fish. Yeah, Anthony, I don't know if they have a hard cap of fishing. I knowing the developers, they probably do because of oh my gosh, excuse me. Knowing the developers, they probably do because they're like, well, this could clearly impact the trout population. All right, let me pull back up my map again. All right, so we got some more that could be between these docks over here. To see if we got any fishing holes over there. Come on, Isabel. I also refuse to buy the better two-person looking mount because I feel as though the developers made the first two-person mount intentionally ugly, so that way when they release the not ugly looking one, that we would buy both of them, and I will not be fooled by those consumer economics. I'm not going to fall for their tricks. I will use the ugly horse, which I don't even need to use because Isabel does by no means needs to actually be on the horse, but I'm not falling for it. Is this how you go this away? Sure. If I could have just swam around. Oh, elven areas, you're so weird. All these forts and doors and things. Who designed this? I just think people still support the elves. Gross. Oh, there's a fishing spot, though. That's what we like to see. Boom. I won't ride him out with another man. Now, I have found the trick to getting this achievement is you want to be in first person, right? I've always found that first person is the best mode to see this because you can almost see the fish on your screen as they pop up. And we have another watering hole to the right, if you guys can see that there. So we got that one over there ready to go also. It's just basically got everything we need. What more could we ask for right now? Side zone. Knows it is not completely stuffed up. But also, ZeniMax, I'm sure, is still looking at who they want to add on to the stream team. One of the requirements is you have to stream every so often, so here I am. If you see this, ZeniMax, this is what the people want. This is peak live streaming. I'm sure there's like 50 bajillion people right now streaming like Gray Host PvP or Endgame trial progression. That's just not what the people want, you know? That's just not what the people want. If you have a choice of having Isabel's arms around you and not, I think it's worth some crowns. It's true. And we're going to use the ugly mount too. Master Angler furnishing is underwhelming. Well, I feel like what do I think about that? I think as a boat, it's very simplistic, but it's humble. Such is the fishing lifestyle of the Elder Scrolls Online, you know? It's like when Thanos snapped half of reality away. He just goes and he just becomes a farmer, for however long until they kill him. It's just like that. It's a humble thing. It's not modern or anything else like your fancy statues that change colors when you touch them. It's a more simplistic furnishing. It's a furnishing that appeals to those who like classical things and that can find happiness in the simple things of life. I'm also sorry, Demangan. I don't know why your comment got held for review, but I have keep trying to hit show. You hit the snap emoji. I imagine in reference to Thanos, but I don't know why it keeps like saying like spam. Oh, we got another person with us. Is this one of you guys? Is this one of you? Is this you, Rambo? What happens if I mess up one of these? Oh, there's Rambo. Oh, wait, Rambo, you're gonna have to wait till I reel this bad boy in. There we go. There you go. I don't know why, like, it's not letting me approve your second message. It just has this potentially spam comment at the bottom. It's just another snap. So yeah, that's very weird, but whatever. Invite this guy to the group just to see. There we go. Got the professional team. You know what? Every great achievement needs a team. Putting together a team. I'm gonna refresh my YouTube app, see if that goes away. There it goes. I'm the one fishing to the right. Well, see, there we go. Now we got to go over here. I think we've still only gotten one. One singular one for this zone. But, if anyone plays on Xbox and A, you're more than welcome. Or, I think it's free on the Game Pass, just get yourself some bait. Fishing rods are free. Oh, shoot, my fishing thing ran out. I don't think I have that on my hotbar either. Alright, let me do this here like a nerd. There we go. Got the pickled fishbowl back out. Didn't know which one to choose, YouTube or Twitch. LOL. Hope you're having an amazing weekend. Throwing the haven't in there threw me for a loop, but I think I got it. I hope you are as well. If you play on Xbox, you're more than welcome to fish with us. If not, you're more than welcome to watch as we grind out this rarest of achievements on console. You're fine. I'm just terrible at reading comprehension and reading in general. When people send me text messages where they like shorten and abbreviate things and they type all weird, I throw in the towel. I'm like, I can't do it. Plus, ask yourself, if you're thinking to yourself right now, should I subscribe or follow? How many ESO streamers would say openly that they will allow themselves to be stream sniped and have the fish stolen from them? I actively invite all of you to come out and fish with me. Now, granted, this will require you to buy an Xbox. You might not have one of those, but the offer's still there. I'm willing to open up this bad boy group to as many people that want to be here. And if we have to kick David out because he's offline, we can kick out Sun's Wrath too. We can make more room. So, non-fishing question. I was using stones, but thinking about a 4-piece shell splinter. Need a way to maximize it though, because I'm running a master's 2-hander, so it leaves me a dead spot. You can always use a 1-piece. You lose a lot of things. Like for right. So actually, right now I'm using the Marken ring. Problem is, you're only going to get a two thing set with that. The nice thing about the Marken ring, though, is there's really no downside to it. Most mythicals have like downsides to them. The Marken ring really doesn't. You could also do like a 1-piece monster set. Swarm Mothers is really good if you're a Magicka character because you get Magicka and Stam. So I think that's also pretty fun. Decided to try a Warden build, and it's going pretty great. Ready for Necrom. I used to love the Warden. Warden used to be my main class for a while, and I just didn't like it. I think it's because I have a mentality now where it's like, whenever I play an RPG or something, whatever I go and do as the first thing, that's like what I stick to. So I started out as a sorcerer on PC, which I don't play now. Obviously, this is Xbox. So when other classes and stuff came out, I would try them, but I would go, you know what? Sorcerer was the first class I ever did. I'm gonna stick with that. That'll be my main thing. Oh shoot! All right, guys, we need to go find some saltwater spots. Let me pull up the map here. Might be better to go. Oh, wait, there's actually a big coastline this away. It has actually quite a few potential spots on it. We'll go over here. Or is there one over there? If you guys see a spot, just call it out. But I'm gonna go take a little search over here. If you don't have mythicals, I think you could always look at
Where are we going?
just like a 1-piece monster set. If you're a mag character, Swarm Mothers is really good. And if anyone needs, I don't need the rag picker Rambo, but I have the merchant if you guys need me to use that. Oh, found a spot. We're in, baby. I'm trying to think what are some other 1-pieces. Chuden could be a decent 1-piece set, just straight armor, I feel. You have one question. Is there any place that's best for fishing? Yes, I think Artaeum is the #1 fishing zone. If anyone disagrees with that, you're wrong. And I apologize for having to tell you that you're wrong. In all seriousness, though, I would say Artaeum is probably the best. Summer set is pretty good. I always feel like, fishing for just straight fish is one thing, because obviously a lot of people want perfect row, which makes sense. Perfect row is obviously pretty valuable. It's worth over 100,000 gold usually on PC. So then it kind of comes down to, well, what are some other good places to fish? And then, well, Artaeum is good because you can roll for the Sigic satchels, which can be very valuable to sell. And you can also fish on Somerset, and then you can have a chance to get their special little motive things. Guys, are we fighting? Guys, we're supposed to be fishermen over. What is all this? Oh my gosh. Little silly rapscallions. I was thinking about when I was making the thumbnail, I was like, maybe I should put like a little guy fishing in the thumbnail. That way people don't feel clickbaited and thinking I was doing like, oh, Jake's going for Dragon Slayer, or not, or what's it called? God Slayer, here he is practicing for the crazy veteran hard mode. It's like, oh, never mind, he's just fishing. In all seriousness, though, there could be more God Slayers than there are Master Fishermen. You never know. Ooh, there we go. We got the shark. High Owl is a good run because more of the loads giants claims. Yep, that's true. So what Anthony's saying is basically that there's a lot of giant clams you can pick up between stuff. Unfortunately, those giant clams have completely devalued a lot of those freaking things that I used to sell. One of the most valuable things I used to do to get gold was farm the geysers in Somerset, and it used to just be crazy profitable to do so. But then when they added those giant clams, it kind of lost a lot of its value. What is all this fighting going on back here? Craziness. If you don't have mythicals too, what I always suggest to people too is this, so like when you have like ESO plus free weekends, it could be a good time to like try to grind out antiquities. Or if you're like looking to, buy crowns from players, it could be a good DLC to buy with a gold from other players. All right, so there's quite a few fishing spots, I believe, in this area. Let's have to take a peek. Oh, I see one off in the distance.
Good quality there.
Where do you guys like to go fishing? For a while before those Somerset and High Isle came out, there was a really popular spot in Rothgar. Oh, the crocodiles! Get them! No, they're gonna knock. Oh! We saved the bait. Thank you. You guys are gods.
Befitting a knight. Well done.
What's up with House Dufort gear won't show up in my guild searches? I've noticed that problem. Apparently, I think it's just every so often they're just style pages that you can't seem to search for. And I don't necessarily know why it does that. If anyone has any insight, I actually have no sort of insight as to why it does that. Where else do you guys like to go fish? Is there anyone here that is a master fisherman? Do we have any among us that are? What are they going for? You mean the Dufort style pages? Also, are the Dufort ones the new one, or are they the old ones? I can't remember which ones they added. The new ones were going for like 200-ish K. The older ones were going for like 1 to 30. But I forget which was the new one and which was the old one. Someone said search recent and it will show. That's true too, yeah. Although it only helps you so much because it's just going to show you what other people listed them for, which is only so helpful, Because, like, the difference between, like, going to, like, Walmart... Oh, I prematurely reeled it in. I don't know what I was thinking. So, like, if you go to Walmart, right, and you see, like, a loaf of bread that's, like, $5, right? You'd be like, okay, well, this is a fancy piece of bread. Probably see it in people's carts. You're like, this is worth $5. You go to eBay, you can see those, like, things of bread. You can see them for, like, $10. You can see them on auction right now. Bids up to $2.99. You can see all sorts of things. The shark again. What exactly do I need from salt? We need the Mojara. So that's why I think it can be a little tricky to price check stuff on an MMO versus, like, when things are just... You kind of go a place and there's a price set. Yet how's someone going to want to buy without having a reference? That's true too. Although if you're like me, what you do is you just think to yourself, well, I'll usually buy them if they're cheap and I don't have it. There could be some over here. We're going to have to go the other direction next. Oh, there's crocodiles. Don't death roll me. Oh, there's water here. I might have had that crocodile lock onto me, so I'm going to go over here. Oh, we're good. What's better, to sell raw mats or refine them and sell gold mats? Depends on if you like to gamble or not. I personally, if you don't like gambling, it's you could just sell the raw materials, but you are basically going to be selling them at a slight undervaluation because they're basically assuming that you're getting, like, let's say you're selling a stack of rubidite ore, and you might be guaranteed to get like 3/4 of a tempering alloy, where you're gonna basically get 3/4 value of a tempering alloy, being round with these numbers here. So in essence, though, you're gambling that you're not necessarily getting one, but you're getting the value of almost one, if that makes sense. So the people who get one will have actually made a pretty decent chunk off of that, in addition to the other materials and stuff as well. So it just kind of depends. But because you could also get nothing of value. This one of you guys, LL Jake L. I think that's an L at the end. I feel like I didn't explain that super great, so I apologize. Because basically what you're doing is you're removing the gamble away. Got my first Khajiit Brazier today. Thank you for the awesome bid months back on Secret Dailies. Keep up the excellent work. Well, thank you. I almost feel like I've single-handedly completely devalued that thing. Like, I feel like it used to be worth a lot more on Xbox, and I feel like the more I've talked about it, like the less and less value it has. But you know what? Like, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, I'd still rather have more people know. Can we get through this? There we go. Gotta get more efficient spots again. This coastline is not very easy to stick to. Oh, this one. There we go. Did you guys see that? I seen it. I didn't lock on the crocodile. Boom! Have a great stream taking my daughters to uni. Well, good luck, Craig. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you come back and we're a master fisherman. Probably not with my RNG, but a man can dream. Gosh, I keep getting the stupid shark. So, I'm wondering where my co-host went. Go. She was sleeping right here, and then she left. How much is the Brazier going for? That's hard to say, because more people have them that are buying them right now. So honestly, I couldn't tell you how much they're going for. It's a little bit tricky. Now, that's obviously an Xbox thing. I don't know how many other people are farming them on other consoles. Been pushing your guilds, or been pushing your videos in the guild, but don't know how much it will help because I call out the chat scammers. Well, I always appreciate it, regardless of how much impact it has, because it shows that you think the videos have value. So that means more to me than how much value it comes from new players seeing it. So I just am glad that you think it's worth showing off, especially as I'm here with losing my voice. Oh my gosh, it was so bad on whatever video I made, like Monday or Tuesday. Or maybe, and then even on the Golden Vendor video, you're probably like, there's a lot of cuts in this video. And there was. I was thinking, like, maybe I should do, like, a transition between all of them. And I was like, I don't want to make it obvious that literally, like, every 2 minutes, I'm just, like, taking a break to just be like, constantly. Your co-host decided she's an AD instead. Well, I think she's decided that she's going to wander off. Maybe. Well, that usually gets her to come over. They must be like dead asleep or very committed. Coast. Oh, I don't know why that one popped back up at the top. What mount do I use? Usually I use the Meridian mount because I think Meridia is the coolest of all of the Daedric princes. But right now I have the 2-person mount out because I went to do PvP the other day, and my friends were using new characters that didn't have upgraded mount speed, so I used a 2-person mount to take us into battle. Oh, I think is that the one that we needed? Salt. Is that all the one for salt? I think it is. Woo! Alright. Where is the best? We can finish out this hole, though. Or I can sit here and help you get yours. I don't know if you're a master fisherman already yet, Rambo. Try to help you get a... Oh, I forgot that looking at the map breaks the line. That's awkward. Alright, I'm gonna go switch back to over here. Because this is foul spots over here. I'm gonna switch this. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that. Just needed to cough violently off stream. Alright, so this apparently is good for foul fishing. I'm just wondering how much of a pain in the ass it's going to be to see the bubbles on here. What the heck? There's a chest in there? Jesus. This is gonna be tricky. I can feel it already. Unfortunately, Amanda, yeah, I still am. It's not, I don't feel sick, except that I just have like the throat and like a stuffed nose for some reason. Like I don't feel like any pain or anything. It's just one of those where it's like, well, it just makes it hard to talk. I feel bad. You know, don't ever feel bad. Are you related to Nick Swardson? Not that I'm aware of. I am not seeing any here, Rambo. This is not an ideal. There's got to be a better... Let's see. Let me pull out the old map here. Alright, I think I found a spot. Hopefully it's not covered in fog. And it's up here. We'll check up here. This is just cluttered with... Oh, hang on. I'll bite you in 2 seconds. Once I get my TP done. And it's alright, you know, 9 finger, you know. Oh. What the heck? You're more than welcome to join later if we're still doing this. I feel like there should be fishing spots here, too. I don't want to get distracted. If that's... Try to do an order in my head of, like, starting with the salt. Because I just feel like that's the most annoying one to find. This is a waterfall. That's not a ripple. I think this is the lake that's got foul. Oh my gosh, and there's all these mobs in it. Oh, mobs. Oh, wait, I think there's one. So the easiest thing to do in these situations is to kill the mobs, but I always find that if you do that, then you just end up having to fight them when they respawn, whereas if you don't kill them, you hope that you're in a spot that they don't already wander to. Yeah, a crown seller with 0 gamer score, you know. You know, average crown seller, and my air conditioning just turned on, so let me go turn that off real quick. 1 second. Can you guys hear that, by the way? It'll turn off in a minute. And I'm doing pretty good, Favy. How are you? Oh, my cat woke up. Now she's wandering over. She's like, why are you turning off the air conditioning? And I'm like, because it's loud. People are going to hear it. Probably. I actually have no idea if you guys can hear that or not. I have a noise gate on, but trying to calibrate a noise gate is very hard. It'll turn off in a minute if you guys can hear it, and it's real annoying. I apologize. Fun fact, this I don't, and again, I have no idea if it pops up on the mic or not, but I always have struggled because like I have it set to like pop on between like certain temperatures if the house kind of falls between it, and I'll just be mid-recording and it is all loud as all hell. There, it turned off, and I'm just like, well, there goes that recorded segment. Who's over there? Zigzag, what are you doing? You're supposed to fish with the same hole with us. That's how we get the bonuses. Little silly rapscallion. And Favy says, hey, thanks for the advice the other day. Which comment was yours? Or which was I able to assist with? Hopefully it was something intelligent and not me just saying something silly. We have a rogue fisherman on our hands. Look at this guy, too cool to fish with us. Oh my gosh, I was reading a comment and my line snapped. Oh. Places where to still and make the big money. Oh, like the zones to go to, like which zones you can farm sets to profit on. I like how that guy asked a question to the crown seller, and he was completely probably like just trying to scam the guy, and then he like is now asking all these questions to zone chat when he was. I don't know if there's any more foul spots here. Alright, what's another good foul spot? That's got decent amount of lines. There's one over here next to the lair of Marsalok. I'm glad that was helpful. Still can't get in the castle. Which castle? Evie, what are you doing? You trying to come say hi? Come here. Come here. You're not gonna be able to see you if you walk right there.
Who resides in the now.
You can't sit like that.
You've got the reins.
It was 3 places in High Isle. You might have to do a specific quest to get there. Evie. Oh my goodness. She like, so sometimes she'll walk to the window and then she'll just start screaming at birds. Or whatever I assume she sees, and now that's what she's doing. Oh, don't look at me, Spriggan. Oh shoot, I don't have to kill that thing every time it respawns. Here, I think we're out of it. No, not you, Isabel. There we go. I think I've only gotten one piece so far. Ah! The Spriggan hit me. Bait, it's ruined. Just watching deeply and intently. Screen. Oh, there we go. Snapper reel. We like to freaking see. Oh, 2 purple recipes. Oh, there you go. I'm guessing high aisle thingamahoozins, crafting ones, or furnishing ones, I should say. What is below my foot? Oh, I have a 3D printer, and one of the things I 3D printed was a bunch of Star Wars credits. They're unpainted; they're just white. But I always thought it'd be kind of cool to play like card games and stuff with like fake currencies. Mainly because I own no like quarters, nickels, and dimes. And I used to have a bunch of poker chips, and I lost them. So I went to like, I have a 3D printer, and sometimes I feel like I buy things just to own them. So I was like, we got to put this got to put this bad boy to use. And that's what I ended up using the 3D printer for. Is I printed fake currency, and I printed Star Wars credits. Is the long story short. Whiffed that reel. I don't know what I was even thinking. Oh, here she comes again. Alright, so we got another swamp eel. What? Are they all eels? Ow, ow, ow. Alright, so we are missing 1 fowl. We need the catfish. Any more here? Hopefully. This looks very fowl-esque, you know? Oh, I see one at the end. Are you trying to get Master Angler? I am. And I am on Xbox. And you're more than welcome to join us if you also play on Xbox. Root Problem says I could tell you what to 3D print. I was intern at Adam and Eve. Oh god. There's some like so when YouTubers get like ad briefs, right? Like it'll be like, hey, I'm a mobile game maker. Do you want to sponsor me? I'll pay you blah 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 whatever. And then you go, well, you know, you could say yes at that rate, or you could say, well, let me see what I'd have to say first, whatever. I can only imagine. There's two advertisers that I can only imagine what their ad briefs look like. Adam and Eve is one of them, and is it the Dollar Shave Club? Who's the one that's always like the lawnmower 5,000? You know, you can trim your bushes. Like I would not. No, I would. I'm not gonna take any advertiser that makes me make any stupid jokes that I myself don't write, or that are like oddly weird. Like I watch obviously a lot of YouTubers, and I've gotten to the point where anytime I watch a YouTuber do like an ad brief, I just wonder to myself, how much of that ad brief were they allowed to say versus what did they actually, have to read off from a script? And there are some that are just like, I feel like very similar, and that was one of them, being the Adam and Eve ones, because they just make the same ones. Need to be a master baiter first. Well, I do have a lot of bait. I think we may have run out of spots here also. Rambo says RNG was good to me this morning with Stevie and Vivek City. Got 40 stolen goods, 5 modus, 5 bounty pages. Not too shabby. My RNG was pretty good when I was in Auridon earlier, but I feel as though we are using up all that RNG luck, because it is. Let's go back to where we were. We're here, maybe? This is just wacky. Poor Dave's only got 5K gold. Granted, he's talking to a scammer, so if he actually only has 5K gold, that's probably in question. So can I join you? You can. Just shoot me a whisper. It's at Jake Clip, so it's just the YouTube name, not plural. Excuse me. You just have to be really good at spotting fishing holes, because I suck at it. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, well, take the nerd route, I guess. Did I not attack the Strangler? Apparently not. There's not any here. Alright, there was a tiny lake, like, here on the map, too, that's, like, foul fishing, apparently. We could check. Everyone just pull it up and search for clues. Oh my goodness. Ah! Well, that was accidental. That's embarrassing. Look at that jump. The precision. Alright, so it looks like there might... Oh, there is a spot down here. Look at this. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, barely a scratch. Boom. Thank you, ESO map on the iOS store for this. Are you ever on PlayStation Network? Would love to pick your brain on some builds. So I don't own a PlayStation, unfortunately, but you're more than welcome to ask questions, either in the comments or on live streams and things. And I will invite you in just 2 seconds once I reel this bad boy in. There we go. The group's gonna get so big, we're all gonna reel in one fish and then have to recycle again. This is the trick to getting concurrent viewers on your stream, is you just invite them all, and then they won't click off the video because they're sitting there with you. So that's the secret. Oh my gosh, I am just screwing up this fishing hole. Moving, knocking my controller around. Swampy. We are literally one away from finishing where we need to finish. Oh, there's a troll. Get him out of here. Oh, the troll just went right on by. There we go. We're all good. feel like RNG just screwing with me. Really need one more. We have all the boosted stuff. We got people here fishing with us. But grew it to me. If you just send me a whisper, I could send you the invite. The rare fish are blue. Well, technically, it's like blue and green. I don't know if there are purple fish. I'm not actually a professional yet. Not deep into this angler journey yet. Are there like gold and purple fish? I feel like there's got to be purple fish. But are there legendary fish? Who knows? Is there any professionals in the audience? Or if you come into the zone chat and just type X, I can also invite you to a freaking swamp eel. Ah. All right, so there's supposed to be another potential hole near here. I don't know where there's even water. We got a chest. Go back to that one spot too. There's another chest. You guys farming the overland and Auridon? Or not Auridon, we're in Grahtwood. And my pop lock just failed me. That's embarrassing. You guys need any of these sets from here? Oh, there's another one. We got one. Alright, we're just gonna ignore this troll. They're actually passive. There is a gear fishing you have to fish. Is that the Clockwork City one? Actually, now that you say that, I think that's the one that we needed. I'm good. I'll let you guys fish here now, so I don't take away your guys' spawns. We're good. Now we just need to go, but lakes and rivers, right? Oh no! Ah, the troll has been aggro. There you guys go. I'll keep you guys safe. Evie. While you guys are doing that, I'll call my cat over. Come here. Come here. Come here. No, don't go that way. They're not going to be able to see if you go that way. Don't meow into the microphone. They want to see you, not hear you. They know. It's just Jake Clip, Favy, without the plural. There you are. So now they can see you. Now your fans can see you. See? You know? Won't you like your, want to talk to your fans? About half of my subscribers are subscribed just because I have a cat. Bill says I'm at a lake hole up north. I'm coming, Bill.
Can't imagine what the worm cult wanted with that.
Didn't know, or oh damn, I didn't know you went live. Oh well, you know, gotta hit the grind set, even with a little bit of a just run into a rock, even with a little bit of a runny nose and a cough. Gotta hit the old grindstone. Hey fam. If you want to join us, all you have to do is just either whisper me or come to the zone that we're in, which currently is Grahtwood. Just ask for an invite. Which one is this? Oh, I got companion gear. Look at that. Lake. There we go. Got ourselves some guts. I am using Heartland. Would a fire glyph help me in PvP? I would say so. I think that's one of the better ones to use is a fire glyph. What zone? It's an ad right now. Oh, you mean like you can't hear me because an ad's playing? I'm currently in Grahtwood. I just forget how Twitch does all their little stuff and things. You're just gonna sit there now? Why don't you ever like to... I put this right here so that they could see you while I was streaming. Why don't you ever want to sit there now while I'm streaming? You like to sit next to my keyboard. You freaking doofus. I actually just put Clever Alchemist on my sorcerer. Oh, the lake one is gone. Is there another one over here? Oh, there is. What a god. This is a very, like, weird spot of the zone. That horror is going to be right on it. Probably actually fish it well before it respawns, though. YouTube has ads too. Does it, like, play them, like, during the actual live stream, though? Or does it only play them, like, afterwards? Like, how does that work if anyone is, is using it? Does anyone know? Because that's a cat. They don't care about you. To be fair, this cat does have an amazing backstory, too. She is a champion. Interesting. I actually didn't know that that it did that. I didn't actually think that these things even, like... I don't know why I reeled that in. I didn't even think that these things, like, really did anything for the video. Can't find your name. Hang on, just type it like type it like this. It's just Jake Clip. I am on I don't know why my keyboard keeps typing in all caps. Please ignore everyone that saw that in the group chat. They're like, what the hell? I am on NA though. You might also be like on EU or something, but and to whisper all it, just type /W and then the name. Champion of hating humans. My cat actually is very social. You know, people come over to visit, she's pretty social. Oh, I pressed A too fast. You don't hate people, do you? We are in Grahtwood. Ooh, we got a koi. There we go. Oh, you gonna chirp into the mic now for your people? Evie. Evie. She just likes to whack my microphone every so often. Right now she's just headbutting my stand. Alright, let me look at the map here and see which one. Let's see actually how much of that we got. Alright, so we need 2 more lake. Which is on the map. I think those are the red ones. Yep, those are the red ones. Well, there's a ton of lake ones in the actual city. We'll just go to the main Elden Root city. What, are you moving my mic? Are you an audio engineer? What are you doing? What? What? I'm the freaking goofiest cat ever.
Excuse me, is it really at the top? If so, how would one get up?
You're at you say you're at Elden Root? Fabi. Type X in the chat and I can send you an invite. There should be fishing spots in this area. Oh, there's one. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. You ask and they shall answer. And if for some reason it doesn't pop up, and you're on NA, right? Xbox NA. Did you type it? Oh, there we are. Give me 1 second. Let me reel in this fish and I'll send you an invite. Good advice on the past year's boxes. I was able to get the entire 7 Legion set with event tickets. Yeah, I think it's actually really cool because those are some like million gold like items. So to be able to basically get them for 2 event tickets is like super cool in my opinion. It's also much more valuable that like during mid-year mayhem than it is during like the other events. Like, you know, I'm trying to think of some other ones that are pretty good for the past year's boxes. Maybe like the Undaunted event would be pretty decent. I'm waiting for them to re-announce the Undaunted event because I'm like pretty excited. So usually the Undaunted weekend, you can get pretty much like every single monster helmet and every single monster set shoulder, like on alternate weekends, which is like pretty awesome. Oh, there goes that one. All right, everyone, find a new one. Scatter. Looking for a new spot now, Favy. Oh, I think I see one in the distance. Follow me, men. And not men. I got about 5 minutes left, so I'm just keep asking you stuff before I go play. Would a poison glyph be better than fire? Probably not. A fire is probably going to get you much more utility route. Pretty sure I rag on you as much as I rag on a Tar Heel. What Gemi Sag? I've actually never gotten this. I forget what they are, honestly. I also need my freaking stuff to work because I'm gonna like flip the scenes around a little bit. Don't panic, everybody, because for some reason YouTube chat is now not popping up, which is very silly. So I'd like to see the YouTube chat. I always pull up YouTube chat on my phone just because it's easier to get it to pop up here, but I don't know why it's not popping up on my computer. That's why I have to keep like constantly looking down. I got a freaking another koi. Gosh darn. I don't know what's actually in their loot pool. Alright, squad. Split up and search for clues. We could freaking take a Cyrodiil keep with all these people. We'll go right since you guys are going left. I'll call out though if I see any. How much should I tip my crafters? What console are you on? I play on Xbox. I usually, and it depends too, like if they glyph it or if they just. Oh, there's one over here, fellas. Run. So I usually pay them like 10 to 20,000 for crafters, but it also depends too, like if they're not what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? If they're not glyphing it, or if they are glyphing it, I'll pay a little more, and if they're glyphing it with purples versus golds, you know, that's obviously if they're upgrading it, but if like say they're upgrading it to purple and then they're glyphing it, I would say probably like 10 to 20,000. I feel like is pretty fair, but that's on Xbox. Davey says you're an Xbox chat. What do you mean by that? I like talking to Xbox. Like, is everyone around me in game chat able to hear what I'm saying? That'd be kind of funny, actually. I'd probably just leave that on. Be like, eh. That would be for Root. That would be for like upgrading everything to purple and upgrading like with purple glyphs and stuff. And honestly, just more of a time thing too. You know, like because it's very hard to like buy crafted sets on the market, like in Deshaun and Mournhold for like a decent fee. So being able to like actually get them can be pretty, you know, pretty nice. Also, the purple is a furniture piece. I don't know, I feel like there are gold things you can fish up too. Now that we're like thinking out loud, I think they're furnishings though. I don't think there's anything that's like super cool that you can get. There's some like really cool like hidden items in ESO, and I hopefully we'll start going back to that YouTube series. I always thought it was kind of cool, even if it was like a little niche. It took me 3 months to get my Master Angler. Well, that does not bode well for me. Oh, God. Oh, no. Is Craglorn one of the zones that you have to do? Have I done Craglorn? Hang on, let me, have I done Craglorn? I feel like I would have, maybe. Nope. Oh, gross. This is the worst part, is just getting to these freaking efficient spots. At least this lake has like a lot of potential spawns, at least. Well, Fabi's got one. Oh, where's Fabi? Oh, there's Fabi. I'm coming. Poppy been paying 100K because of how long it takes to become a master crafter. Woo. I mean, you could always tip what you want to. I have not paid for crafted gear in a long time because I'm maxed out, and I would say generally, I usually get tipped between like 10 to 20,000. I say that's pretty average. Obviously, people can tip more or less, especially if they're like a brand new player too. They don't have to tip too if they don't want to. Cat, come here. You're just gonna sit over there. Then my master fisherman in because it was a free boat, but there is no free boat. What do you mean do you mean like you have to pay for the boat still, or do you mean that, what do you mean by that? I only charge for trait stones that are expensive, such as triune or platings. That's fair too, platings and stuff. I just generally don't have those things, so I'm usually just like, hey, could you guys go get those? Because I use quite a few platings all the time to upgrade for PvP sets that I rarely use. How many more of these do I have? 2 still. Gross. Alrighty. Everyone split up and search for clues.
Let's go.
Oh, we got one. Right next to Favy. Yeah, Favy called it out right as I found him. $100K for the gold for the boat once you have the master angler. Yeah, it's not a cheap furnishing. Is a vamp skill worth slot? I would say a streak can be worth it, or whatever their blood mist new thing is, can be pretty decent. As far as other ones, I not really. Well, their ultimate can be pretty okay, but it is so expensive. You have to be almost like a tank, to run that. But it does regen a lot of your resources, so I guess like that could be an option if you're interested. Had a 3-year ESO break, was planning to start playing again when they released Necrom. Low-key excited to grind the game again. Well, you're always welcome to come back now too, get some stuff that you need. Especially if you're looking to return to ESO during that, I would say you probably could join now, grind or get some XP potions and stuff, because like XP potions and all that other stuff that like player consumables are going to be exceptionally expensive once Necron comes out. So just kind of food for thought if you are planning to come back, but welcome back all the same. Glad to have you back. Fishing spots are so silly to find. Not a good sign that we're passing each other. I was mad that the next year I got the boat. Yeah, the boat from Blackwood is really good. And just Blackwood is in general is a really good zone, especially to farm for money. I'm not finding any things here. Have you ever gone fishing in Cyrodiil? I actually have. And hardest achievement, hammer from Cyrodiil as furnishing in your house. I do actually have that that achievement. I have actually wielded Valendrone and killed a person with it. So I do have ESO's quote unquote hardest achievement, if you will. When it comes to furnishings, I should say. Although things like Valendrone can be very tricky to get, even when I was in Cyrodiil a lot during Mid-Year Mayhem, there was like very, very little Valendrone drops. So it can be very hard to get it. And then, it's very RNG based. Anyone can pick it up. They could do who knows what with it. One time I was playing, so we just yeeted it into the ocean. What's up? Yes, you can. We are currently suffering to find a new fishing spot, though. Oh, she's using her little scratcher post behind me. See, now you're finally using the stuff you're supposed to. Not looking good. Oh my gosh, Crizzle, you found one. You madman. And I ran right past you. Oh, so much koi. Oh. You know what the sad thing is? Even after doing all of this, I'll still probably only have like one perfect row. That's the truly sad part about this whole adventure. Another freaking koi. Oh my gosh. Come over there in a second, Bill. How do we get to the fishing achievement list? I just look in the zone guide. That's how I kind of view it. So you just press like the back button, hold X, and then you can see another freaking koi. Oh my goodness gracious. Please. Oy, oy, oy. I think Bill was that one. Oh, we're in combat. Kill it! Who are we in combat with? Hello? Oh, they found another one. Well, you would have earned that perfect row. That is true. That is true. And it would still be worth, like, absolutely nothing. Let's use this alligator for bait. Should the devs add a best in slot fishing set or mythical for fishing? I think consumables is probably the best way to go about it. That way you don't have to farm out a whole set. But I do think like mythicals that are like geared towards crafting and stuff would be cool because I feel like we just don't have a lot of those. So I agree with you. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, Bill, show me the goods. Going the right way? I'm not going the right way. Boom. Bill, you're hurt. There you go. I do PvP every so often. I actually am wearing a brand new PvP set that I have handcrafted for myself. I don't know if I like it or not yet. We'll have to wait and see how it kind of performs. I wanted a 100 perfect row and a guild raffle over the other prizes in the guild raffle this morning. You mean you won 100 perfect row? And if so, on Xbox, that's still like a pretty pretty good chunk of money. I would suggest not selling them as row. I would convert them probably to Sigic Ambrosias personally, but either way, that's still a really good good prize. Oh no, that is the prize I wanted. Rip. Well, you know, maybe you'll get 100 you know, perfect row from this. I mean, you'd have to have really good RNG, but you know, you never know. When I finished my master angler, I had 4,000 fish. I ended up with 200 perfect row. Woo. that is that is a healthy amount of money right there. Especially if you convert it. I mean, if you sell them as row, the row itself aren't worth like the craziest amount of money. But if you, oh man, the spot is gone. If you actually make it into other things, though, you can get a lot of money from it, in my opinion. Let's see, is there any other ones over here? Let us take a meander. I think that turns into river. How are we looking? You're still missing the same freaking 2. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what happened to me, I think. It was either in Bankrai or the Alakir Desert. It would just keep giving me the same ones over and over and over again. I'm just like, why? What have I done to deserve these? I'm going to go back over to the Elden Root City. Final question. Should I feel offended if somebody teabags me in PvP, or is it a sign of respect now? I don't know. I always feel like I get teabagged because people recognize my name, so that's how I, you know, I'm just like, well, maybe they're like, oh, they see it's me. Because half the time it's not even by people that kill me, so I'm just like, well, you didn't even kill me. They're probably just like, oh, look, it's Jake. And I'm just like, yep, here I am, dead as hell. Perfect Grow is also used, Pug King is correct, inside of furnishing items. Well, there goes, you get to fish one fish out of that fishing hole. That was ridiculous. Oh, there's one. I'll add you back in just 1 second. There we go. Evie, what are you doing? Come here. There you are. Hey. You want to talk to your peoples? Gabrielle says, hey Jake, started playing about 6 months ago now. Just want to say I'm a huge fan of your content. Thank you for your uploads. Really appreciate your insight and your videos. Much love. Well, thank you. Game time, dude. Thank you for the input. Keep doing you. Keep pushing it. I'll be your 15K sub. Does that mean you're not subscribed yet, Root? Hurts my feelings. Set my phone back down because my cat is trying to sit on my hand with my phone in it. Also do not know why the chat box is just not populating with YouTube chat, only Twitch chat. Hey, my guild needs help, so... And I can't say no, but it was an honor playing with you. Hope you get to play more. Yeah, no, obviously, if they need help with something, this is not anything super intense, so feel free to step away if you have to. Still got a spot over there, Rambo? Or spot dried up? I'll still be watching your stream. Well, thank you. Thanks Cat says, I seriously bought 3 luxury gardens this weekend. I'll be selling them for 300k. Yeah, they do gain a lot of value. It's one of those things, though, where I always get afraid that, like, too many people will buy them with the intent to resell them later. That I'll, like, completely impact the economy. But I'm like, you know... It is what it is. It's better to provide the information than to, you know, keep it to yourself. Is my always opinion on it. I see Rainbow. I see his fishing spot. I'm the slowest swimmer in the world. Holy Lord. I bought 12 greenhouses to sell later. Oh, Amanda says I sold one for 300k in January. I definitely believe it. I always just get worried that too many people will start buying furniture with the intent now to resell it. Because honestly, if you think about it, a lot of people don't do that. And a lot of people, even when they do like their golden vendor videos, they don't even talk about the luxury furnishing vendors. So a lot of people just don't even know that, like, that's what a lot of people do. So I think it just depends. Because now people are talking about reselling these, where it used to just be kind of like, hey, here's furniture that's here. Feel free to buy it if you want it. But I'm over here like, well, here it could gain value. These have notoriously done well, and stuff like that. I ever go to the Wild Hunt with Swift for this type of content. Probably not a bad idea, honestly. I actually have a setup like that, but it's on a different character, sadly. I would be much better, though, if I did just keep throwing myself in the water. What are you doing, cat? What are you doing? You knocking into my microphone again, you little goobs? Go back down to the south of the city. Oh, I found one. Oh, it's foul fishing? What? Gross. It's always so sad to do this empty lakes with 0 fishing spots inside of it. Found one at Way Shrine. Oh, alright. We'll take it. Anywhere to post content IDs for you? Yeah, if you post them here, I'll write them down. Well, I think my cat actually knocked my paper away. So I will probably have to put them back on my phone like they used to be, but yeah. Where did my cat knock that to? Like, fell over. I think it's over here. Hang on. I lied. I don't know where that little silly goose knocked it to. The Root says, no disrespect, Jake. You're awesome. Play the joke. You'll get more. Oh, yeah, no worries. Cat wanted to make a scratch pad. Probably. I was like, shit, I saw that she had knocked it earlier, and I was like, oh, well, little silly thing. I was probably sleeping at the time. I just keep, like, hoping that I'm just gonna, like, wake up one day and then not feel sick anymore, and it just has not happened yet, unfortunately. But I'm trying to, you know, continue to make traditional type content here. I can't see the water hole. I think it's gone. No. Rip. Wish there was like a passive perk that like made them pop up like treasure chests. That would make this significantly easier, in my opinion. I also feel like this goes to River at some point, too. Who's in combat? Am I in combat? Maybe do a video challenge for the fastest way to earn 1,000,000 gold. Could provide a challenge to you and help you gain ways to earn gold as well, with rules around the challenge. The only thing that I dislike about like 1 to 1 millions is like, so when I did the video on like ESO inflation, like for example, you could earn 1,000,000 gold as almost a brand new character on PC in like a couple hours versus on Xbox where it would probably take closer to several hours. And I'm talking about like have all the items sold and everything like already done. So like that's the only thing that I dislike about like challenges that are like kind of like that is it's just it's very different based on the console you're on. And when I try to make content, I want it to be very like you know how you can kind of put your stuff in. Because honestly, if you were on PC right now, 10 perfect row will make you a millionaire. So you don't even have to really do anything super crazy, and then you could just go in zone chat and sell them. You don't even have to be maxed out level. Versus if you wanted to be a millionaire through selling perfect row on Xbox, whew, this is going to take you a little while. Yeah, but I don't like using the Hismir one, because then you can't use the other thing. On me. Shoot, where's Gravy? Where are you, Gravy? Oh, you're all the way over there. I was going to do a video on how to get to 10 million gold, so I have a 1 to 1 million gold video. And what I'm thinking is I'll do a 1 to 10 million gold video. Or a 1 million, but I was going to maybe consider doing like a 1 to 10 million gold video. But I think just a 1 gold to 10 million could be good too. But I'm not against challenge idea videos either. I just don't like how different it is, like between like certain consoles versus others. Like completely impacts the challenge and whatnot. Oh yeah, no problem. Gabrielle or Gabriel. I don't know why I called you Gabrielle. Gabriel. My brain is not the most intelligent right now. My thinking though is that it's not a bad thing by any means. I just always am trying to think like freaking koi. I always try to think like how can I make like videos accessible to everybody at once? That's just like what I think out loud when I'm trying to think of like video ideas, because especially for us console players, there's so many times where like you might watch a person and then it's like, well, they're using all these PC add-ons to price check things and do this and that, and it's like, well, I can't do that. So those are the types of content that I try to avoid. Because I want people to feel like that they can do anything that I'm doing on there, if that makes sense. Hopefully. Hey, dude, embrace the hate and profit off of it. You're one of the most honest ones that puts you above Deltia and Nephis in my mind, but I'm just a slow sork. I'm also a sorcerer too, so I know your pain. And Q9 asked, or Q6, excuse me, asked if I'm excited for the update, and I am. I will probably make an Arcanist, and I'll probably use it somewhat for things. I don't know. There's so many things in the Necrom update that I'm excited about. Honestly, as an economic YouTuber, I'm most excited to just sell stuff. So a lot of people feel like to have a lot of gold, you just have to like grind and grind and grind. The reality is you really don't. A lot of times, if you just sell stuff like in really like peak times, you can make all the gold you would need to just be fine like the rest of the year. That's generally what I try to do, especially like when you have events like Mid-Year Mayhem. It's like just stock up on AP, and then just kind of slow sell it whenever you can profit off it the most. Whenever you have, Undaunted event comes up, sell stuff to profit off that. When you have new updates come out, try to, make sure you can kind of hit the market on the right side of the head so you can make a good amount of money. Because that way then you don't have to really grind out gold, ever. You can, because I obviously spend a shit ton of gold every week. So this helps me maintain a level of gold that I need to maintain like guild bids and prizes and stuff. But also, keeps me from having to actually grind gold because, well, I think that's one of the ones I didn't have. Because generally grinding gold is also not very fun. So it kind of can be that bit of trade-off too. Did you have any other ideas? By the way, person whose name I kept saying incorrectly, and I apologize. The font is so far away. Oh, now maybe you make a video where you actually spend your gold on. That'd actually be a good video idea. What to actually buy in ESO. I'm still annoyed that my chat box is not populating with YouTube by refreshing it.
See how it rises above the ruins of Doom, a testament to the strength and vigor of the Bosmer.
What am I missing? Oh, just missing one more stickleback. Trifectas, of course. Respawn up north. Oh, oh, oh. I had to turn my bed around. Why'd you have to turn your bed around? Trifectas, of course. Who farms trifectas are easy. You can literally be carried through a trifecta. You can't be carried to a master fisherman, so that's the difference. So you keep, whenever somebody says, oh, trifectas are the hardest achievements, you could literally pay somebody to carry you for that. Can you pay somebody to carry you for this? Hell no. You know how much you probably have to pay more than it would cost you for Godslayer to do something like this. How to decide listing prices on console without TTC. So, what I usually do is a couple things. So, generally, think to yourself, how much of this item is going to be on the market, right? If there's a lot of it on the market, all you have to do is just look at the cheapest listings, see how long they've been listed. So, if they're around 30 days, that's probably about how quickly it's going to sell for. Once you get to 25 to 20 days, in the Mournhold area, that's in Deshawn, that's the main trade hub on console. That means that it's probably not selling super fast. So you might want to list it maybe a little lower, unless you're a little more patient and waiting. Now, you can also go into the guild histories of Mournhold traders, and you can see how often something is selling and for how much. So that can be determined how much you list it. And then if you have those rare items, that can be a little bit more tricky. But I generally will then start to look to see other listings and try to check a couple zones, Elden Root, Wayrest, etc. and see, okay, well, it's sold, in this guild trader like a month ago, for this month, again, checking through the history, I'll try to list it up for that. Or, there's 10 listing in total. I'll try to be around the cheapest listing. because I think that a couple will sell. You don't always have to be the cheapest listing. I think a lot of people feel like you have to be, but I also feel like if you're not, you also have to recognize that you're not going to sell it probably as fast. So you just have to kind of take that with a grain of salt. Maybe it's too personal to put on a video, but I tend to spend my gold on smoked bear haunch, tri-stat potion golds, mats. Maybe people would be curious to see what you spend your gold on. No, I think it's a good video idea. Rotating my mattress so it wears down evenly. I did not know that was a thing. But I also feel like I sleep on my mattress differently each time. Like I don't sit in the same spot. I think part of that too is because my cat will go sleep. That's when she's not in the room with me, she'll go sleep on it. So sometimes I have to like be on a different part of it. So that way, you know, she don't sit on her. She probably would not like that. There's got to be more fishing spots in this general area, I would think. That's crazy. Sad as we're hitting the 2-hour mark, and I've only done. I didn't even. Technically, I was already mostly done with Auridon, so we've probably done the equivalent of one zone in 2 hours. Oh, that's so horrible. That is terrible. Rates when you think about it. Oh, Gravy says here. Oh no, where's Gravy? Gravy, I think that is Gravy. Is that lake up there? I think that's not. I think that's a foul fishing spot up there. I think. This chest has respawned like 8 times. I don't think the set that sells or that drops from here is worth anything, but I can quick sell it. I'm at a lake hole. Boom, there we go. I'm gonna take a nap and wake me in a week when you're done. And it'll probably be about around the same time frame that it takes. Woohoo! Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Trying not to be sickly looking on camera. Cat is typing on my phone. What are you doing? I'm just going back and forth between the run room and this room. Maybe make a video for veterans talking about the true endgame activities. ESO's true endgame fishing. I'm sure I would get quite a healthy amount of comments if I made a video like that. I thought about making a video why furnishing is the true ESO endgame, because a lot of the hardest achievements are tied to furnishing. So for example, if you want Volendrone in your house, you literally have to be an endgame PvPer pretty much. So like, just to have one item in a house that is filled with hundreds, you have to have one of the hardest achievements in the game for a PvPer. And that goes for PvE too. What's ESO's hardest achievement? Well, honestly, it's probably the fishing one. I would say the Volendrone one is exceptionally hard because Emperor, at least you have a lot of control over like your ability to get it. You could do Cyrodiil PvP, excuse me, for the longest time and almost never even see Volendrone just because of its spawn rates. Same with like trifectas. Like, yes, trifectas are also exceptionally hard, and they're probably definitely up there also with the hardest achievements. But at least the RNG is much more controlled by your group versus controlled by, you know, randomness. Inventory management is the true end game. Took me 3 years to get this achievement. This is before the new CP points. I don't necessarily know that they're helping, but I'm trying. My co-host is right here. You can see me pet her with my right hand. You can't see it, but you can hear her go. You want to talk to your fans? You want to say anything to them? I set a 6-hour alarm time from Volendrone from the time it went into the river. It respawns every 6 to 8 hours, I think. Yeah, and that is the that is about when I would say it spawns. Volendrone is the hammer that is wieldable by a player. It spawns randomly around the Cyrodiil map, and to basically get the achievement, you either have to kill the wielder of Volendrone or kill players or kill a player with it while you are wielding it. So you either have to be the wielder yourself and get a kill, or kill the wielder. And I think you have to be the one to finish them off. It's very tricky because the wielder is very strong, and there's like thousands of people either protecting or trying to kill them. And then as the wielder, everyone is trying to kill you. It is definitely easier though if you are the wielder to get the achievement. But what I would say is that it's not the killing the player part that's the hard part. It's the actual finding it first part that can be hard, just because of how many people there are in Cyrodiil at any given point. That's the more so the problem. I found a little scribble. Look at that. Is there a thing here? There is not. That's tragic. Is there another like lake? I'm gonna pull out the map here real quick. That's got like a lot. The lakes is just so spread out. This is ridiculous. Go check over here again. Oh yeah, the one that requires you to sell 1 million in stolen goods is also ridiculous. It also just comes down to your definition of the word hard. Oh, we got one. But I'm glad that you're here for Evie. I'm glad that she's able to help me get some subs up. That's why, I ended up getting Cat. It's because I'm like, this will definitely start moving some units. Everyone will definitely subscribe now. Cold Harbor is the worst for fishing. I believe that. Probably hard as hell to see those little fishing spots. Oh, this is just painful. And if you're wondering what my co-host is doing, she's just sitting around rolling in front of me with her little paws up in front of her face. It depends on how you define hard. Do you mean skill-wise hard or time spent? That criteria is important. It is very important. And then the second part of that is if you follow some builds and play DK, the PvP achievements are not the hardest. That is fair. I would say, listen, if you ever wanted to get YouTube subs, cats, favorite cute animals, that definitely helps. Favorite PvP and PvE mythicals. The favorite PvP one is probably the Gaze of Sithis, Mark and Ring, and then Death Dealer's Feet in that order. And then PvE, I really like also the Gaze of Sithis, but it's not my favorite. I would say for PvE, my favorite is probably the Harpooner's Kilt, followed by Gaze of Sithis, followed by the Ring of the Pale Order. And then if you're talking about like overworld PvP, I would say the Ring of the Wild Hunt. It's just great to get to places quickly. I do need the cat cam too. I am literally one stupid fish away from getting freaking lakes done, and it is just not giving it to me. What does it want? It's crazy to think that we could use an entire consumable fisheye and not even get not even close to the zone done. Oaken Soul is also pretty good too, I mixed feelings on Oaken Soul. I don't love it or hate it. I think it serves a purpose. That was very weird. I don't know if you guys saw that. And by trifectas, I assume that you're referring to trial trifectas. 4-man trifectas, I think, are generally significantly easier than trial ones. But Sea Serpent's pretty good too. I don't know if I would use the Sea Serpents, but I definitely know like builds that do use the Sea Serpent. Oh, Gravy says here. Oh, Gravy's right next to me. Perfect. Sea Serpents is pretty good though. I have no disrespect for the Sea Serpent's kilt. Or Sea Serpent's whatever it's called. Another really good one for werewolves is actually the werewolf chain. The shapeshifter's chain, I should say. It's actually significantly better than a lot of people give it credit for. So if you're looking for like a really good mythical for a werewolf, that's pretty good. A lot of people also sleep on the Snow Treader's boots. I think that's a pretty decent one too. Oh, hallelujah. We can move on to the rivers. Alright, now I can look at the map. Oh my god, rivers are terrible. There's like 2 rivers spawns? Holy sweet Jesus. Well, one's right here. Oh my gosh. The only thing I would say though about a lot of trifectas too is I feel like a lot of trials are shorter than a lot of the 4-man dungeons too that require also trifectas. I'm trying to think like in my head because like VAS that's the one that's in Clockwork City, right? That's not Clockwork City. Yeah, VAS, you can do it, what, like, the world record is, like a handful of minutes. You can do it crazily quickly. So, but even like the shortest dungeons are still probably significantly longer. So I think that's something to take in consideration too, is just like the difficulty of like time spent is something also to consider. Although I guess I'm trying to also think too, like how fast you can speed mode some of these dungeons. River on me. I'm coming, Rambo. Woo! I gotta switch to river now. Saltwater river, there we go. Oh, Rambo's like, I won't start until, and then I'm over here like, put me in. Just gonna ignore these. Dang it. What if I ignored them? They would just die. Ah. It is currently 10:42 p.m. When I say time spent, I'm talking about the time you spend trying to get the trifecta. Godslayer requires weeks of practice. Godslayer, I also think, is one specific example. Like, if you were to think about the mechanics of, like... I think saying all trifectas are the same, too, is a little bit... I think we're... Like, I guess you can't put them in the same category, because, like, some trifectas are significantly easier than others. I think like comparing even like VAS to VSS is like night and day, even though they're two completely separate, trials. The trifecta for one is significantly easier than the trifecta for another. I do agree with you that there's a lot more time and practice. I guess more so my point is that you're gonna have to practice for both dungeon and trial ones. So if the actual total time to actually get all the way through it is closer to like 15 minutes versus like 40 minutes, because like think about like Black Rose Prison. Black Rose Prison is like ridiculously difficult, and you can't really speed run it in the same way that you can speed through, even like a veteran Cloud Rest. That's kind of my thinking. I do agree with you though that it's the practice that really is the time sink. But some of the dungeons and trials are just ridiculous to practice just because of how hard they are, and how long they are. You make one mistake, 30 minutes in, you're going to have to start all over again, I also say this as somebody who really prefers PvP over PvE, so not exactly qualified, to talk about these things, because I can only I have to sell some shit. I can only do what my friends are able to do, and we're not. Let's just say we're not on we're not on that level yet. That's my frustration though too. Is like Veteran Dragonstar Arena does not need to be as long as it is, yet it is as long as it is. Like, it's not even hard, per se, compared to, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's just time-consuming. Oh my gosh, don't sell it. Don't do that. Do not do what I just did. I'm actually going to keep the fish that I get. Do not quick sell the fish to the merchant. That is actually exactly the opposite of what you're supposed to do with the fish that you get. There's another fishing hole. I plan to do this until 11 o'clock. Then I'll probably answer some questions for a little bit, and then talk about the video I'm going to make tomorrow, which is I think I'm going to do the 1 to 10 million gold video. Kind of talk to you guys about how to get to 10 million gold, and then how to kind of do that effectively. Well, a tier list. That'd be interesting for like dungeons and trials. As I feel like it's funny because people will say like, oh, you know, oh, Rambo, there's one on us right here. I thought you were actually over here still. I'll come with you in a minute. Like for example, I would probably argue that a dungeon like, or a trial, excuse me, like normal Sunspire is probably more difficult than veteran Ethereum Archive. That might be crazy, but I'm just trying to think out loud if I agree with that statement. I would definitely say that NCR plus 3 is more difficult than veteran Ethereum Archive. Does everyone agree with that statement? Is that a crazy statement to say? You know what's crazy is actually the Stone Garden is one of the easier hard modes that I've been able to do. Like my ragtag group of friends are not the greatest at doing like, you know, no death, hard mode, speed road, blah 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 blah. We actually got through Stone Garden relatively easily somehow. I don't necessarily know how, but we did it in a couple tries. Is that river up there, Rambo? Still sitting at 0 attempts on trials. We'll start after the next PvP event. Listen, it's never people build up trials to be very, very hard. I distinctly remember getting to the end of a veteran Sunspire and somebody just being completely clueless and probably not parsing or doing anything they were supposed to correctly, and we were easily still able to get through the trial. Like, it's more so about, I'm trying to think. It's just like a dungeon with multiple people. I think Stone Garden is fairly easy in my opinion for hard mode. I just think it's not as the hard modes that I hate are RNG based ones like Fang Lair, where there's like multiple things coming at you from different angles, and you know there's no real clear spawn pattern as to where they're coming from. Those are the hard modes that I dislike a whole lot. When it's just like a little bit of mechanics mixed with like DPS checks, I don't mind those as much than I do just ones that are just like straight chaos, like Fang Lair, or that freaking stupid ass one. The Frost Vault hard mode. I have that achievement. It is the stupidest hard mode ever. Oh, we did it! That was super fast to finish Grahtwood out. Damn. Thank you, Amanda. Glad we could have you. See, to me, I hate. I'm trying to think which one. I probably hate Frostvault the most, just because of the stupidity of the design of it. Like, I don't know which ones you guys hate the most off the top of your head. And I'm talking about just the specific hard mode portion, not the rest of the dungeon. I hated the Frostvault one. That was the hard mode, turn it into a mouse. It was just stupid. Absolutely stupid. I think I'm gonna kind of wrap this bad boy up, though. I think I'm gonna take a pause on the fishing. You guys are more than welcome to keep fishing. I think I'm just gonna answer some questions here before I take a step. Step out of here. Frostvault is terrible too. You're gonna twist my arm. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Playing for 6 months, CP 920. About 2 months ago, I grinded for my first PvE sets and doing NCR plus 3. I didn't know what was happening. Just lucky I had friends to help me. Yeah, it's NCR plus 3 is very mechanic heavy. So I think, but once you know the mechanics themselves are not super complicated. Versus like Frostbolt, its mechanics stupid. The mechanics of Fang Lair are just RNG based to hell, so I hate those. For me, Scrivener was cool and very hard at the same time. I don't know if I've done the hard mode for that one yet, because that's one of the newer ones. The cat is Evie. Oh, she's sleeping on the bed. Oh, now she's coming. Come here. Come here. Somebody's asking about you. Little orphan boy's asking about you. Come here. You gotta talk to your fans. Come here. Come here. She's here now, but she's chirping. Oh, there's her tail. Oh, come on. Can you come in front of the camera? She's very hard to get in front of the actual specific parts of the camera. Because when she comes over to the streaming area, she just wants to sit on the keyboard. But you saw her tail briefly. That's about as best as I could get for you. Hopefully that's worth the follow on Twitch. If you're not following already. Graven Deep sucks while trying to do the mass runs. Just remember, you only have to do the hard mode one time. One. You don't have to do it multiple times. You just have to get that achievement once. So many people I know continue to farm the hard mode for mask runs, and it probably makes them want to blow their brains out. The game for me is kind of dictated by who is patient enough to teach me the mechanics and who's willing to help me out. And ESO has such a great community too. Can't get past the final boss on hard mode. Graven Deep is an exceptionally hard mode. That's why I think the mask is just going to do so well. Plus, too, like, even though that it's actually not super expensive right now, when you factor in, like, it's got, like, that weird, like, alien type look to it, I think it's just going to go so well with the Arcanus look. I actually do not have one yet. I was supposed to farm it yesterday with the boys. We ended up playing Stellaris. And for those of you who know Stellaris, you know that games of Stellaris are exceptionally long, and it was like an 8-hour Stellaris game, and we ended up just getting murdered. So it was enjoyable. Is it worth to continue farming on hard modes because you get 100% motive, but you need good groups for that kind of farming? I mean, that is true. You aren't guaranteed to get a purple motive page. You're not guaranteed to get the style page for the helmet, for those of you who are new to farming helmets, or not the helmets, but the monster set style page. It depends. I would say what you have to look at is the value of that motive. So if you are looking, so because like for example, some motives are not going to be worth more than 8,000 gold. So spending an extra 20 minutes, let's say it takes you an extra, well, let's be generous. Let's say doing a hard mode, I'm trying to think how much time reasonably that would add. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Let's say each run adds 10 minutes. Just to be round. You need more breaks in between. You need to have a mental mindset, more likely to wipe, over a longer period of time, whatever. Is 10 minutes of your time worth 10,000 gold? I would say no. Because 10,000 gold, you could easily grind 60,000 gold in an hour. Way easier. Plus, too, you still have a good chance to get motives regardless. Stellaris is a complicated game. Meat Shield is trash at the game. That is true. Strictly about Graven Deep. So Graven Deep's motives are better when it comes to money. So I would say if you can farm it in a reasonable amount of time. So I would think you'd have to look at it mathematically. If you can, because if you're wiping and it's taking you an extra 30 minutes to an hour, per run, I would say it's definitely not. But if you and your friends are able to clear it without hating each other and without killing each other, then I would say it could be worth doing. 60k an hour on Xbox, how so? So, like, for example, this is such an easy gold method that I think so many people sleep on it. Pick a delve boss or a world boss that you can easily farm. Just sit at it and then just sell that gear. So whenever I'm like needing to fill guild slots, I'll just sit at a delve boss or I'll sit at a world boss and just kill it and take the gear, throw it up on the market. There's lots of zones you can do this with. Vardenfell, Hrothgar, Blackwood, Murkmire, Northern Elsewhere, Southern Elsewhere. Galen is definitely one of the best zones to do it in. The Reach is a good zone. Western Skyrim, Fargrave. You just sit at a delve boss or a world boss that you can easily farm and just sell the loot. This is just that simple. For example, I was farming, and especially because of, another Mid-Year Mayhem event's coming out. But say, every, couple minutes, or even every several minutes, you're still getting a set item that sells 10 to 20k. You're going to get, probably like somewhere between 5 and 10 of them in an hour. You're going to get between like 50 and 100k just for sitting at a delve boss and farming it and just throwing up those items on a market. It's the same with Galen right now. Galen's, their set pieces were selling for like a minimum of 20k for a while. You sit at a delve boss, you kill it, loot it, throw up the items. You're basically, there's no stress of this gold method, and you just are selling those items onwards. Furnishing plans are also a way to make money, 100%. Gold up all Hexos saves and sell them for over 100k in a day or two. The Hexos is another really good set. And again, what I would suggest if you are thinking like, Jake, that's a great gold method. What I would do is do not farm the same sets indefinitely. Go to Vardenfell, then go to Blackwood, then go to Fargrave, and then kind of go around to different areas and so on and so forth. But yeah, gold is super easy in my opinion once you kind of know what you need to do to get it. You just think of it, especially on console, because you have a steady influx of new players who need sets and who need consumables and who need things. So the economy is just so easy to gauge as far as like what you need to grind to get. Same on PlayStation 2. PC is a little bit different in my opinion. Although PC, you could argue, it's even easier. You just farm furnishing stuff. Farm like raw materials and fish and potions and stuff. Sell that stuff onward and boom, you're rich. Easy to make, easier to spend. Amen. So what's funny is I planned to do the video how to make 10 million, your first 10 million gold. And I spent so much gold yesterday, I was thinking to myself, well, if I drop below, 10 million gold, people are going to look at me and be like, what the fuck? So I was like, well, let me sell some things, make sure, I maintain that level. Because what I was doing was I was golding out a brand new set. I bought a brand new set. So, it was expensive to kind of go through and do all that stuff. And I was like, whoa. Golding out all this jewelry and stuff. I need to make sure I don't spend too much money. And then that was the end of the event. So I was buying style pages. So I was like, oh, it's just so easy to spend money right now. But to the 41 of you between YouTube and Twitch, I just want to thank you guys again for sticking around and watching till the end. So I don't know the specifics of what other videos I plan to make in this kind of next couple day period, but I know that tomorrow will be that video. Probably do another fishing live stream, probably on like Tuesday or something, just so that you guys can see all that stuff as well. You know, kind of talk, chit chat with you, how to do something that's not very like intensive. That way, you guys can ask questions and we can chit chat about all sorts of stuff. But as always, if you have suggestions for comments, put them in the comments below, because I literally 48 hours ago, I had read through and responded or liked every single comment, every single one. So I read literally everything. The only thing that sometimes gets lost is YouTube will not put in the creators app comment reply. So if you reply to a comment of mine, I don't always see that. So it's always good to just put a new fresh comment out on a video if you want me to see it, or on a live stream video, versus if you reply to somebody else. So that would be my only kind of caveat to that. But besides that, I hope this video was helpful in answering some of your guys' questions. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Those of you who stayed around, I want to thank all of you too that did that. And I also am on my YouTube app right now, and it says YouTube stories are going away soon. So rip to the YouTube stories. That was tragic. At least we have community posts still, I guess. So I will be catching you guys later. I'll switch my thing to ending soon. And I'll catch you guys then. As a reminder, always put it in the comments below. We're near to the beginning of the month, so we'll be having another giveaway drawing. And what's very exciting too about this giveaway drawing is that we actually gave away a whole bunch of unique ESO items. So people got to see really cool ESO items for the first time. So that was super exciting, being able to give people tangible things. It was a little weird because I was like, I don't know how to, like, do you guys want to tell me your address? And they're just like, yeah, sure. And I'm just like, okay. I don't know. It just felt a little weird, but I'm glad that that happened. No, not YouTube Shorts. What they're getting rid of is YouTube Stories. That's what they're getting rid of. So that's what they're doing. But thank you guys again. Have a good day to all of you guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and I'll see you then.